All right, welcome listeners to Books Buddies and Blanks, the book club podcast where two women without English degrees read classics. I'm your host, Theresa.
I'm your host, Maggie, and on today's episode of Books, Buddies, and What Happened to Aeneas, we give you a very brief, unofficial, and uneducated background on the Aeneid. Um,
Mm-hmm.
because it's important to know to kind of know at least a little something before going into this book.
Yeah.
And, yeah, sorry we haven't been on in a while. I moved. I didn't move I moved to a different city. I don't live in a state anymore, so I can't say I moved to a different state.
I guess it's true.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Rome, which is ironic. That's what we're talking about.
Or like the Vatican.
That's what I'm thinking. Vatican, sorry, because Vatican's a city-state.
The Vatican City
It's weird.
is a city state within the Republic of Rome.
Yeah.
It's actually there's a specific term for it, and I forget what it is.
I do not know.
Because I remember looking it up when I was looking up um sovereign enclave. That's the word I was looking for.
Fancy.
And, I had to, so my family does something weird, for me specifically, because my brothers never had to do this, is before each major life happening for me, my parents give me a test on something. So, like, before I went to my first job, I had to memorize all 50 states and capitals,
I
but
had
I
to
never had to.
I had to do that in middle school. That was like a
Yeah,
legitimate test we had
I
to do.
I somehow managed to skip that part.
That's
So,
crazy.
I didn't know that. And then
Mm.
before I went to my first grad program, I had to memorize Southeast Asian countries and and their respective forms of government.
Interesting.
And
That's
this
cool.
time, before I officially moved, I had to memorize the map of Africa in 2025, which is important because some things are new.
Mm.
Africa's a bit new. The
Wow.
country lines in Africa have not always been what they were. So
Well,
to
yeah.
make it easier on me, I said, can I just do the
Can I just
2025
do the most recent version? The most applicable and relevant version to me.
And I did pretty well. I didn't get 100 because some things are like super tiny and some things just sound similar to each other.
Yeah,
Too
yeah.
similar to me.
Mm-hmm.
And and then there's things like
You probably did a lot
there's
better than I would.
oh gosh, I'm gonna butcher everything. I'm gonna skip this because I don't want to get yelled at. I'm gonna butcher everything that I pronounce.
Okay, that's fair.
But
That's fair. That's fair.
it's really interesting. It was kind of interesting because some of the countries I'm like I didn't even know this existed, and
Yeah.
not like small countries either, like pretty substantial countries where I'm like this is a country because we never had to learn it.
No, we
And
didn't, and that's
this is something we
unfortunate.
never had to learn in our education.
No.
And Teresa and I both we went to the same high school and it was a very Eurocentric
Very
education. A
Eurocentric.
lot of this stuff I have to study on my own.
I did do World Cultures Club though.
I did not do world. I was a sports person in
I
high school.
I will say World Cultures Club was not great, but I did take an elective course on world religions because I was very interested in learning about religious history in different areas,
Yeah.
which was fun. I enjoyed that.
One of the things that I really liked in art history, because I took art
Art
history
history's
in
fun.
college for I needed a credit
Yeah.
for something and it fulfilled it. And I really liked it because basically what I did to study for the exam was I just memorized the religions. I didn't even memorize the pieces because we were allowed like you know how like sometimes teachers will allow you like one index card of things you can write on?
Yeah. Yeah.
And some people will be crazy and just write all their notes, which I don't understand because that's basically just studying, and then you have to find where in your notes
Right.
is
Which
the
takes up
answer.
so much time.
So instead, I just wrote down dates because dates are the things that I have the hardest time with. So I wrote down the dates and then I just memorized the religions. I didn't even memorize the art pieces because a lot of pretty much all the questions were about like, what's the significance of this?
Yeah.
And all the significance was based on religious
Mhm.
iconography.
Yeah.
It was a cool class. I really liked that class. Clearly it like made an impression on me as I am now an illustrator.
I think some of my favorite college courses were like the random ones that I took for fun.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Senior year, I got to take a lot of stuff for fun because I technically could have graduated early, but like I had two required classes for my major,
mhm.
both one credit.
Mhm.
And one was only offered in the spring, and one was only offered in the fall, and I had to stay a full-time student. So I
Yeah.
just took whatever classes I wanted. It was so
That
much
that
fun.
happened to me. That's why I took a bunch of random courses too. I was like, well, I'm not a history major, but I'll take this course on let me pull up the name of the course. Roman history. I thought I had a more interesting title of that. No, it was just Roman
But
history.
look, who knew that it would be
And
applicable
who
to
knew it would
you, that
come in
you would actually
handy.
read Aeneid. But yeah,
What a
so
segue.
oh, man, sorry, I rambled on a
No,
lot.
it's okay. I was about to ramble more too, and then I was like, no, we can't ramble
I can't.
for
Part of
like,
this is also us hanging out because we live in different cities now.
yeah,
We're still in the same time zone though,
still the
which
same
is a
time zone.
blessing to us
It
because I
is.
used to not live in the same time zone. And it wasn't as easy to schedule things because like I was 3 hours ahead of time.
You're my,
And but
you're
it worked for me
you're my
because I'm a
only you're my only friend that lives in the same time zone as me.
wow.
Yeah, all
So
my other friends live in different time zones.
I mean, you're also the same. You're
Yeah.
actually my only friend that was the same time. I mean, not including family members, because I'm friends with my family, but like
uh,
you're not, you're not related to me.
yeah. As far as we're aware, no, we are not related.
No, I'm fairly certain you're not related to me.
Yeah, no, I am too. I mean, I've done the 23andMe stuff. We're not related.
Yeah. If your maiden name is if someone in your family line was named had the last name Strong, we can possibly be distantly related.
No, not that I know of.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure we're
It's
related
the
to
case.
Attila the Hun, though, in some
A
roundabout
lot of the
way.
a lot of the like English families have like such intense documentation that like
Hmm.
if your last name is like something like Smith or something, it's like and you meet someone who is also last name Smith, chances are you're very distantly related.
Yeah.
But like in other cultures, like in Irish culture and in Scottish, it's like that's not necessarily the case because your last name was more indicative of like what clan or what part of the country you were in.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is neat. Neat how that's
Yeah.
worked. How naming
Anyways,
works.
so the Aeneid.
Yeah, neat. Um,
We haven't like recorded in a while.
we haven't. So we read the Iliad. We read
We read
the
the
Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Now we're moving away from Homer. We're reading the Aeneid by Virgil.
And
Um,
oftentimes these three books are like sold together.
I have. That's what's
Even
mine is part of
though,
a box collection with all three of
yeah,
them, which is weird
and
because the Aeneid doesn't feel like it belongs.
oh, why would that be? It couldn't possibly be because it was written hundreds of years later by a Roman author.
Quite frankly, This is my headcanon. The Aeneid is just Virgil's fan fiction about his favorite side character from the Iliad, Aeneas.
Dude, most things are fan fiction of something.
Really are. He was just like,
Like
I really like that
Dante's
guy.
Inferno is basically Bible fan fiction.
Yeah. I mean, the Oresteia, fan fiction about Agamemnon.
Well, is it though? Because it's mentioned at least 5 times.
Okay, look. We've got Agamemnon's side of the story. We haven't heard Clytemnestra's, is all I'm saying.
Oh,
We
I
don't
think you
know.
can
We
write
don't.
that book, Teresa.
I'll write it. I'm sure people have already
You have
written.
enough fun. I feel like you have more feminine rage than I do, and
I
that's cute.
do. And it's fun sometimes.
It is
Other
fun.
times it's just a little sad.
But so yeah, so actually, fun fact. So the Aeneid is what got Teresa and I reading ancient literature in the first
Yeah.
place. A few years ago, this was gifted to me by my brother. And I was like, man, I would love to read this, but I need to read it with someone because I need to talk it through.
Yeah.
And Teresa's like, well, why don't we just read the Iliad first, since that was written and took place
Yeah.
before this? And you kind of need to know the Iliad before you
You
read this
really
anyway.
do.
So this is what started it
It
all. This is what
is.
started
This is it. The Aeneid. And let's hope it's good, because if it's
started book
bad,
studies and feelings.
if Aeneid's bad, it's not gonna bode well for the rest of. I'm kidding. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Yeah, so back in the Iliad, there is a very brief character. Very brief.
Very, very brief.
Very brief. Named Aeneas. And I believe he was on the Trojan side of the war.
Yes, because he's the brother of Paris and Hector.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Right?
Well, so Paris and Hector, I don't know if he's a full brother.
I don't
Is he a
either.
cousin?
1 minute, let me check, because there's a little note in
Because
my
like
book, in my
in my
translation about
first
it.
in my notes, he's like part of a family line that's descendant of Zeus. Like somehow. Like, you
Yes.
know, demigods, all of that. Like he's
Yeah.
distantly
Which is
related to
why
Zeus.
Hera hates him.
And for some reason, maybe because he's pretty, who knows? Like that's literally reason
Oh,
enough to save someone.
well, no, I'm fairly certain that Hera hates him because he's another one
No,
of
no, no. I'm talking
Zeus's.
about why he was saved.
Oh.
For whatever reason. Um, like Zeus is like, you know what? I actually, among my descendants, I like him. So let's save this.
Let's let this
That's
guy
it.
live.
That was literally like how it was like a page. It's like, actually, I like that guy, so let's save him. And so he gets whisked away by the gods to safety from the war. And I don't know why Zeus liked him. And that's why I was like, maybe he's pretty. And honestly, that's reason
Maybe.
enough for the time period.
It really
You
is.
can get far. You can get far if you're pretty. You can
Or,
also get cute if
yeah,
you're pretty.
being pretty
It's a
is a
double-edged
real
sword.
gamble when you're
It's
dealing with a
truly a
pantheon.
double-edged sword.
Yeah, it's
People either kill you of jealousy, or you can actually live long.
a real gamble.
Impossible.
Honestly, I sometimes I read Greek myth and actually no, sometimes I read Greek history and Roman history and I ask myself, why would they do that silly thing they did? But then I read Greek and Roman myth and I went, oh right, they were living under the assumptions that the pantheon could do anything to them at a whim. Of course you're gonna do silly things when you're living with that kind of pressure and anxiety.
Well, and also like with Romans, it's like they were one of the most superstitious people.
Oh, and super xenophobic. They hated everybody that
I
wasn't
mean,
them.
okay, to be fair, pretty much everyone in this time period was xenophobic because
Mm,
we have like the first establishing of countries.
yeah. The difference, though, is
And
that that while most other countries were passively xenophobic, Rome decided to make it like super aggressive and attack people on like paranoia, which was really not cool for their PR.
Well, sometimes though, Teresa, to be fair, sometimes you just get a bad omen.
You just get
And if
bad
you get a
vibe.
bad omen, if you get bad vibes from
Bad
someone,
vibes.
probably most likely the gods do not like that person. And they're just telling you that it's actually best if you kill them and take their property.
That is a really slippery slope to use as justification for your actions. I had a bad vibe. I was pretty sure it was God, so I hit him with my car. Tell me, Judge, am I wrong?
Am I the asshole in this
Am I the
situation?
asshole? Let's
Um,
take this to Reddit.
but also it's one of the things that like makes Rome so much fun to study about, and fun. Like we have so many memes. There's the memeage
Oh, the
is prime.
memes.
Is because
Prime.
everything was so well recorded.
So well recorded.
This is the key factor, and if you write it down somehow, I think oh gosh, there was like one sec. Part of my notes is a text chain from my brother.
Mine are just not well kept notes from 2020. They served me well at the time. I got a 100 in that course. It's just
There's so
nearly
much
6 years
drama.
later. I don't remember
Well, it's
the content.
because there's so many written records. It's
Yeah,
like that's why we have all the drama.
so
And
much
like
drama.
plots overthrown, all this stuff is so much fun.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
Virgil, Rome was like, oh gosh, was it the second triumvirate? I believe it was the second triumvirate when this was written. Because it was Augustus, Caesar Augustus, um, Anthony,
Mhm.
and who was the
Oh
other
God,
guy?
yeah.
Anthony. There's another person. It's a triumvirate.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I have this in my notes somewhere. It's not in Carthage. Where is it? The Age of Generals.
Lepidus, I think. We probably should know better.
Okay, this is the first triumvirate. I have Pompey, Caesar, and Crassus. That's the first one.
Yeah.
So
And that
where's
was
the
the one
second?
where we get the infamous Et tu Brute moment.
Tu Brute, Caesar salad. Sorry. I don't know
Any
why that always comes to mind. Um,
any salad's a Caesar salad if you have 23 knives.
honestly. Alright.
But this is like the whole drama with
Mm-hmm.
Antony and Cleopatra
Cleopatra.
and Rome is kind of coming into like major prominence, and they
Mm-hmm.
conquered a lot of land at this point. So now a lot of this of a lot of what is coming to play in art is they needed a central Roman identity
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
need an origin story. So
Yes.
like for a lot of European monarchies, a lot of the earlier family trees are kind of are like kind of made up a little bit
They
because they
really
needed
are.
a justification
Yeah.
for like God-given right. So like
Yeah.
they'll trace their lineage back to this biblical person or something
Yeah.
or other. And so it's kind of similar with Rome. It's like Rome needed the origin and the history to
They
like kind of
needed.
dominance.
Yeah, they needed something supernatural. Something that was beyond, like, the normal and mortal. They needed something a little bit more divine.
And what better way than to take one of the most famous stories ever written in the Iliad?
Mm-hmm.
There.
Yeah.
We have the founding of Rome.
Wouldn't that be so cool? I mean, it was
Aeneas
that
on
or the wolf kids.
Aeneas on his way back home from the Trojan War after being rescued by the gods. He is, by divine right, the founder.
The founder of Rome. He
Oh my
showed
gosh!
up. He said, "This is Rome now."
So you know the picture of the wolf with Remus and Romulus?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So classic Cain and Abel story.
Oh yeah, no, I
Um,
have a whole page of notes on this.
um, well, so there is a wolf statue
Uh-huh.
in
Uh-huh.
Eden Park, Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And it is gifted to Cincinnati from the government of Rome in 1932. Do you know who was in charge of Italy in 1932?
That was the guy that decided that we couldn't have pasta anymore. Mussolini, sorry.
Mussolini.
Mussolini tried to take our pasta.
So Ohio has a gift from the government of Rome during the time
From
of Mussolini
Mussolini.
because Cincinnati is named after Cincinnatus, which is a Roman statesman.
Which is like such a random connection, just to be like, and it's Rome, it's Italy. I have a wolf statue. I don't know. Just seems a little like they were grasping at straws there. Like, let's make this relevant in any way we can.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I got way off track. I
No,
don't
you're
think I've
good.
been coherent this entire episode. And I'm like, we should have more structure.
Yeah.
Before the show, we should have more structure. And then
You
look at
did
me.
say that, and then we ramble. Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
So Aeneas, taken from the Trojan War during the battle, and now he's on his way home, his own odyssey, if
His
you will.
own Odyssey, where he doesn't go to. Well, that's not true. He does kind of go to made up places. But
There's an
by
actual
and
map
large,
that we can use. There is a map we can use.
it's
There are no
real.
places on
It's a real map of the real
but yeah, so a
world.
lot of this is political propaganda
A lot
for Rome.
of it is political
So
propaganda.
basically, this is like OG mega propaganda
Oh, big propaganda.
that was commissioned by the emperor. I think Augustus. I think this was commissioned by
I'm
Augustus.
about to make a really unfortunate connection here
Oh dear.
that is going to really take the wind out of the coolness that Rome is. This just really reminded me of when VTubers have a persona and they have a whole like person that they're playing as, and then they'll commission people to write lore for their character, or they'll write their own lore and have like a backstory. And I don't
Yeah,
know
that's
why, but
basically what you need.
this just reminds me of like just someone being like, we need a really cool backstory for Rome. Someone quick write up something fun. Hey, this is just their sad lore.
Yeah, basically.
It makes it so much less cool when you think about it like that.
Yeah. No, I actually don't think it's less cool. I think it makes it more interesting because
I mean, it
this
kind
is
of
like
does.
because now everything that is written is
Mm-hmm.
intentional.
Yeah.
And also it's interesting because Virgil died before he truly finished the Aeneid, I
Mm-hmm.
believe.
Mm-hmm.
So like a lot of this is also some of the I actually don't think a lot of it was edited. I think maybe some things were like slightly edited, but for the most part, people didn't change it. They respected the artist.
The respect to this man's fan fiction.
Um, but yeah, Virgil's interesting. He was born
Virgil is
in
interesting.
like a farm
Uh-huh.
in like
Uh-huh.
Gaul, and then he was. I think his family were landowners, though, if I'm not mistaken.
I
And then
honestly
he
don't know
like
much about
went
Virgil.
because he went to school, and typically I don't know if in Rome you would go to school if you weren't at least a landowner.
That's a good question. I
Like he was tutored.
I do believe that, especially during the Roman Republic, it was very common for there to be like public areas of teaching, which is where the Socratic and seminar method comes from. That's mostly from Greek, but like it carried over into Roman culture as they would
Well,
keep these like
The Romans believe that they basically are the superior Greek civilization.
of course they're like Greek but better,
Yeah,
but
that's
better.
exactly what I'm
We're not Greek. We're better.
We're better.
I mean, they're
Oh
the
my gosh.
reason that we
I
have such a.
really
Mm,
this is going out on the internet and we need to make sure that say we're joking.
we're
'Cause can you
joking.
imagine if someone took that
We're
seriously and they were
joking.
actually Greek?
We're joking. That is true. Greek people are fine. I.
It's fine. I mean, my
They're
big friend,
great. My fourth grade middle school teacher was Greek, and she got her to citizenship when I was in her class. She was awesome. I loved her.
I mean, My Big Fat Greek Wedding is one of my
That's
favorite.
also an amazing movie.
Wow,
Also,
we're
apparently
awful.
there's cats everywhere in Greece, and that's pretty cool.
We're really awful people right now.
I really don't know much about Greece other than its history. I can't tell you anything about modern day Greece. I really couldn't.
Um, I know some stuff like the Santorini hypothesis and stuff, like a lot of things that relate to um Atlantean myth.
Okay, that's fair.
You
That's
know,
also cool.
useful.
That's
So, you
also
know, very
cool.
useful.
Super useful, super applicable,
Super
and
useful.
relevant to daily life.
Exactly.
Just like
Oh,
learning to use Excel, you know?
they're like master glass people. People who
Ooh.
make glass. It's like I remember watching like a brief documentary on YouTube, and it was like there's a specific island where it's like glass people make glass and like they've made glass for thousands of years. That's like one thing is like a lot of the places like in Greece and like in Rome, it's like you in like in East Asia, like also like Eastern cultures, is like you have people who've been there for generations. Like one family stayed in the same place for like hundreds or even thousands of years doing this one thing super well. Cannot relate.
Okay. I had to double check this before I said this on the internet. I was like, wait, no, I do know one interesting fact about modern day Greece. They are regularly cited as the most sexually active country in the
Oh dear
world.
God, Teresa.
I don't know why I know that, but I do.
Why?
I don't know.
Why indeed?
I couldn't even tell you where that information came from, but it's in my head. And I was right. I was right. I double checked myself. Good for Greece. Good for them.
Okay, well, okay, back to Rome.
I just wanted to prove I knew something. Also, not very
Oh,
applicable. Actually, that
I
could be
think
applicable.
the only other thing I had in my note, like immediate notes, because I like had some brief notes. So one of the things that is touched upon in this is Carthage. And you have to understand, Rome, Romans, anyone in Rome, hated,
D.
hated. Like, I don't know if it's possible for an entire country to hate another
Well,
so deep.
bro,
Carthage.
France and England.
Yeah, but they coexisted.
they got to a point
Like
of chill.
there was a point of political marriage.
There was,
They
but
didn't raise each other to the ground on a regular basis.
yeah, no, Rome
They didn't completely basically wipe each other off the map.
for a civilization that was already aggro and xenophobic, they had a special place in their heart for Carthage and how much they hated them. They were like, you are. It's like if you could. It's like being in love, but the other end of the spectrum. Like if there could have been enemies to lovers, this could have been great, but no, just
No,
enemies.
like there's a point in enemies to lovers where it's like you just made this person too much of an
Yeah,
enemy
right. Yeah,
for
no.
them to ever redeem themselves as a lover.
Nope. Can't come back from this.
And like that's like you can't really come back from that. Like there's times where I've like,
Yeah.
oh gosh, I don't even remember the book title, but I do remember reading. I for sure ranted to you about it
Oh,
because I hated the
probably.
book. Um, but it was like kind of like it was like kind of like an enemies to lovers thing, but like he was so unredeemable by the time they actually like moved forward with a relationship that it was
Mm-hmm.
just like, okay, this is just this way because of the trope. It doesn't
Oh
actually
yeah.
make sense in the
Yeah.
storyline whatsoever
Mm-hmm.
because there was a point of no return and he crossed it.
Yeah. There's definitely
He
I've.
crossed it a long time
Mm-hmm.
ago. And you're supposed to, and I'm supposed to believe that they're in love with each other and
Right.
always have been. Like, that's just not
Mm, mm,
possible.
right. Because like sometimes I'll read them and then it'll be like, oh, but I, like he killed your parents for a reason. It's like, no, no, we're not coming back from that one. I I think
Well,
he's
and
just
it was
evil.
like, in this one, it was like bullying.
Oh
And like,
no.
it wasn't like he necessarily like actually like physically abused her, but like he stood by and did nothing.
That's gross. We don't do that. Be a real man. Stand up for your person. Ew.
Or have the decency to like try to make it look like it, but then
Right.
like, because circumstances. Maybe he needed to look
Circumstance.
like he had absolutely no care for her. But he could still like there still could have been like make it look like he didn't care for her, but like
Yeah,
actually
but then like do something afterwards. Be like, hey, look, I just want to check on you, make sure you're okay. Like, sorry,
also
but
like fake it till you make it. Like
right?
actually he saved her life, but he tried to make it look like he didn't.
Yeah, that's honestly. There's been some like historical K dramas where the men are just like so unredeemable. I'm like, please stop fighting for him. Do better.
It's not actually
Do
so
better.
a lot of the historical K-dramas that I've seen lately have been kind of more on the comedic side and less
Mm.
stabby.
Yeah.
I mean, they're historical K-dramas. Of course, there's some stabby.
Stabby stabby. Always some stabby stabby.
Always some
That's
stabby.
history.
You can't have a historical K-drama without someone getting stabbed.
Or history. I look at Caesar.
That's true.
Someone's
There's a
going to get
point.
stabbed.
Someone has to get
Someone
stabbed.
has to get stabbed for it to be
They
history.
may, they don't even have to die. They
They
just have to
don't.
get
They just have
stabbed.
to be stabbed, and then boom, history made.
Oh, you know what? I just found the remembered. So in Red,
Mm-hmm.
the movie RED, Retired Extremely Dangerous, with Bruce Willis and
I don't know this movie.
um, Helen Mirren, and well, Helen Mirren plays a British MI6 agent, and she had a love affair with this Russian KGB
Oh
agent, and,
no!
and later on, later in the movie, he pulls like open his shirt. He goes, "Look, this is how I knew the woman I loved me too. And you look, and it's 3 bullet holes in his chest. And she goes, she was ordered to kill me. And I knew she loved me because if she didn't, it would have been the head.
She didn't go for the kill shot. She just wounded me in horrible, terrible ways that are lasting forever.
But see, that's what I mean. It's like clearly she needed to like make the appearance of killing him.
Mm-hmm.
But she didn't. Okay.
Didn't.
Back to the
Alright.
Aeneid.
Back to the Aeneid.
I only had a postscript in my book too. I didn't really have an introduction, which was disappointing because the introduction that the translator wrote in the Iliad was great. And I was kind of hoping he did one for this,
I
but
have a 40-page introduction that I have yet to even look at. From the same guy that did the introduction to my other 2 books in the series.
yeah, I think that's all I have for the general overview. It's political propaganda. It was commissioned by someone in the Second Triumvirate during the Punic Wars.
Which one? Which one? There's
Ooh,
like 5.
no, Punic Wars are in reference to Carthage. Sorry.
Okay.
But they hate Carthage. This comes up because I think they go to Carthage at some point in this
Oh,
book.
they do. They do.
And
They go to Carthage.
they go to Carthage, and
That's what
so
Dido is.
yeah, and then
Yeah.
Aeneas is a descendant of Zeus. He is a Trojan War veteran, and that's all I got. I don't know if you want to fill in some more details.
I just wanted
This
to.
is not very helpful for anyone who's actually like trying to look at something for a class.
Well, this isn't a class. So we're good. The only other notes I have are in regard to foundation myths. There are really 3 major ones when it comes to the rise of the Roman Republic, and that is Romulus and Remus, wolf kids.
Yep.
Then we have
Basically,
the Aeneid, and then we have the Rape of Lucretia. And those are like the 3 main lines of tradition when it comes to myth. Romulus and Remus, that's pretty standard. You have Rhea Silva, who is the daughter of King Numitor. Then she gets, like most history in this area goes, she gets raped by Mars or Ares, and gives birth to the twins Romulus and Remus. So they're literally like the progenitors of war, because they come from Ares. And then eventually, a new king comes in and usurps Rhea's father, and then he takes the kids and dumps them in the river to die, as you do in ancient Roman and Greek history. And we know from Oedipus how well that goes when you just ditch a baby to die. And a wolf mom rescues the babies and raises them. So
very
little twins, very little war babies were raised by a wolf.
The Jungle Book actually like kind of fanfic of this.
It really is. It really is. I've always seen it as that. I'm like, this is just that, and I also think that it comes from there's a case of the wolf boy.
Oh no, it is actually a book.
There's a real case of a kid who was raised in the wilderness by wolves. He was before Genie, the wild child. That's a whole other thing in development, which I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole because it's very depressing. But then a shepherd finds them, and then the shepherd ends up raising the kids, and then they rise up against the usurper king, and they take him out, and then the twins decide to like leave and found their own cities because they couldn't be like twin kings together, so they're like, we're gonna go away and make our own cities, like kids do. And immediately they disagree. They're like, no, Romulus wants a wall, and Remus wants temples. So there's this whole like myth story about Remus jumping over the Romulus's walls, and pissing him off, and so Romulus ends up killing his brother, and then he names the city Rome after himself because they're egotistical narcissists born of Ares. I mean, what do you expect? So it's just like it is very Cain and Abel, very
I think so. One thing I think about the Cain and Abel story that's just really interesting is
mhm,
it's kind of similar to the flood myth,
yeah.
where but different because in the flood myth you actually have a lot of recorded um like history. You actually have like a specific period of time and landmark scientific evidence that there was like a near worldwide catastrophe that caused flooding in all these different habited places of the world. So like the flood myth I think is interesting because pretty much in every culture there is a catastrophe myth like that. And so in a lot of world history, it's like that's where people go back to, especially in terms of myth and especially in terms of like religion, is like there was a flood. But
Mhm.
with Cain and Abel, it's not like there's scientific evidence that like Cain and Abel were alive. It's just a very realistic depiction of
Mhm.
nature, and you have it like in a lot of cultures in and in a lot of history, like you have almost like you have the Cain and Abel story.
Mhm.
And so with this it's like, oh yeah, very Cain and Abel, but also I feel like it kind of points to a more universal story than just, oh, this was the story for this culture, this was the story for this
Yeah.
culture.
I
And
think
you see that in, I think it's very well depicted in East of Eden, which is one of my favorite books ever.
I really want to read it. It's every time you talk about it, I'm like, I gotta
Yeah.
read it. I gotta
Oh
read it
God,
because
so
I
good.
need to get a better
Teresa, it made
stunning
me
bag
cry.
experience. I
It,
know.
it made me actually cry. It takes a
Um,
lot for a book to make me cry.
all right. But you know, I think siblings and strife is a very common
Yeah, there's something
theme.
very human, universally
There
human
really
about it.
is. There really is.
It's not
And
like
as someone
a
with many
commercial plot.
siblings, the
Mm-hmm.
thought of killing your siblings comes up sometimes. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, we did used to joke that if we were royalty, we would 100% be like secretly trying to kill each other off for the crown. It would have been bad.
I mean, with 9 kids, of
Oh,
course.
yeah, we got
Something
fight.
like
We got
that.
fight for the crown.
See, with Charles and Dennis, it was like it hasn't come up because we all have our own niche.
Yeah, you're also like well rounded and adjusted and like have a good relationship with each other. So
Thank
cool.
you.
So cool. I wish I had that. All right. So, other
I
myth.
developed more after college, like as adult. Like we were obviously they were very kind to me as a child, but
Mhm.
like being actually like friends with my older siblings obviously happened after I became an adult.
Mhm. Okay. So we're actually I'm gonna skip the Aeneid real quick because I want to talk more because Romulus and Remus is more about um leading up to the Republic, like pre-Republic of Rome.
Mm.
But then you have the Rape of Lucretia, which is around like 500 BC, and that is more to do with the transition between the monarchy of Rome to the Republic of Rome. It kind of tells the
Oh,
story of the last king of Rome, um, which is, I will say, both a Shakespeare poem and is also a opera, in case you care. Um, Essentially, by this point, Rome ends up being conquered around 600 BC by the Etruscans. And they're just like another area around there. Let me real quick. Where was the Etruscans?
Oh,
Was
Etruscan is
it's just yeah, it's been a minute.
they're by Macedonia, aren't they?
Yeah, the
No.
Etruscans
No, no,
were
no,
they
no.
were in
No, no.
Rome, like in Italy.
Yeah, they were in Italy.
Um,
I'm silly.
yeah. So they took up like a good chunk of Italy, and at one point they ended up conquering Rome, and installing the Tarquin princes, which is like
I
their monarchy they
Full
had.
disclosure, the only reason why I know Etruscans are a thing is because the smallest mammal in the world is the Etruscan shrew.
Yeah,
And
we
it's
talked about
tied
that. Yeah.
and it's tied with the bumblebee bat because it depends on whether you're
Mhm.
measuring by mass or by actual width and height.
Mhm. Mhm. So the Etruscans in Rome had one of those like they technically conquered Rome, but they still allowed Rome some like leniency in how it was kind of managing itself. And so initially the
Yeah,
Tarquin
that
princes like
leniency probably did not
yeah.
bode
Yep.
well for them.
They like initially were like, okay, we'll let you do your thing, but remember who's in charge. And so initially they kind of
Yeah, a
respected
lot of
that.
countries did that, and then like it didn't end well.
Yeah. So what happens is the like rich aristocrats of Rome end up inviting the Tarquin princes over for dinner to kind of like make sure we're all cool, we're chill. And the wife of the home, Lucretia, is doing what any good wife does, being a hostess, waiting on guests. Lucian, one of the Tarquin princes, falls in love with her. And according to this myth, right, there are some accounts, as there always will be, where they blame the woman. But according to most accounts, he ends up sneaking into her room later to try to seduce her. They end up arguing to some degree, and he gets angry. He assaults her, and then she is found dead the next morning. It is debatable whether she killed herself or was killed by the prince, but this kind of launches Rome into a retaliation. They're like, that's messed up. You can't do that, of course. You can't come to my home, attack my wife, and potentially kill her. And so that launches Rome into their revolt against the Etruscans, and also
Yeah, it was
kind of
kind of
leads.
justified.
It was right, and that kind of kickstarts their like xenophobia, where they're like, "Nope, we're not going to let other people tell us what to do anymore." And here is the Roman Republic because they kind of, because the Tarquin princes are kind of like the last quote unquote Roman princes or the Roman monarchy, and so when they break away and take over the Etruscans, they decide to dissolve into a republic, um, which is really neat. That's around 509 BC is when they established the republic against the Tarquins. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, super cool. And then that takes us over to the Aeneid, which the Aeneid takes place in the first century BC during the transition between the Republic and the Empire. Um, so that's kind of why it's important to kind of establish how we get Rome and then how we get to the Roman Republic. And now here we are situated between the Republic and the Empire is the Aeneid.
I think I really think this is going to be interesting.
I'm
I'm really
very, just like going back through
it's
this
like
history, I'm like really
there's a
excited
lot
again.
about oh yeah. And I love how like myth is very much a look into not just the history but also the mindset of like what was important to people at the time and like you
I,
said there's a huge shift in the political philosophy that
mm-hmm,
we're going to see and it
uh-huh,
kind of is like the first piece of literature that I've ever like or mythos. I
mm-hmm,
actually haven't read the Arthur yet. Um, is like the Earth with Arthurian legend because you have like this transition from might doesn't always equal right,
yeah.
and in fact, you this kind of over pure. What's the word I'm looking for? it goes along with pure, chivalrous,
Um, not innocent,
not innocent,
not
you
genuine.
know,
I know what you
genuine.
mean, though. Like,
Kind of, it's more in real. It's used more in relation to religious ideology
mm-hmm,
of like piety, but not quite. Piety is not quite the word I'm looking for.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know what
One
I'm
minute,
talking
I'm
about?
looking up synonyms. This is important to me. I need to figure this out.
But it's kind of like that, where it's like it actually, the mythos is actually in a very important indication of a change in like the mindset of the populace. Because like this is what is being produced, this is what is being given to people, and this is what.
Virtuous? Is that,
Yes,
there we go.
virtuous.
That's a good one.
Why
Alright.
can't I think of that word? It's so easy.
Yeah, virtue, honor, that
Justice.
righteousness.
Righteousness. Thank you.
Righteousness. So righteous.
But that kind of thinking, because I feel like we're also going to see that a lot here, and this is obviously the precursor to most of civilization,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
or most of modern civilization as we know it. So, gosh, it's so interesting. Like, I love reading this. It
I,
may not be like
yeah,
a lot of the stuff we read is like maybe it's not the most gripping read. It's not the bestseller, but like
yeah.
I have so much enjoyment in studying it.
I think, for me, something I really enjoy as a psychologist is this cross section between history and philosophy, because they're very intertwined. History and philosophy are very interconnected, and then psychology, as we know, comes from philosophy. And I, at one point, I think this is why I took a lot of history courses, because I was very fascinated by how memory works and how we use memory to store things, and how there's very much a big portion of history where we weren't writing. That wasn't something we
Mhm.
did. We didn't have access to that. There either wasn't the materials or resources, or it just wasn't a form of communication we had really kind of figured out yet. And so we had to find other means to pass down information to each other. And a lot of that was done either through music or through story or through ritual.
This
And
one is so
so I find it
both is
so
my favorite.
fascinating that so much of history and so much of myth is so, there's so much actual real information hidden in myth that is important, because
Hmm.
myth is easier to remember because it has a lot more gripping details. It is a little bit more fantastical. It's
The story
easier to
structure.
remember that than it is to remember straight rote facts. And so
Hmm.
we used
It's what
myth and
sticks with.
story to help preserve history and information. And I think that's why I find it so fascinating, because like you can find the little glimpses of real history, real meaning, mixed in with all the fun stuff. Um, I wrote a whole
And
paper
sometimes
on this. It's so cool.
and sometimes it's like, oh, this is what people thought was like really fun.
Right, right. Sometimes I read them and I'm like, ha 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 ha. What? Why? Why? Because
No, I
there's
I 100%
definitely,
agree with you. I
yeah.
mean, one of the reasons why I really like want to study this more is the especially looking at like the ecology of the land at the time and the
Mhm.
recording of like how people interacted with their environments
Yeah.
and the natural history, because natural history
Mhm.
wasn't necessarily always recorded as natural history, like you were just saying. Like
Mhm.
oftentimes it's just little things and like some mostly used in symbolism.
Yeah.
Than like even for farming practices. Like this is in the Kalevala, you have like this whole culture and this
Mhm.
way of life preserved in this myth.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily like a natural history survey.
Yeah. I mean, we have very real memory strategies we use today, because for people who don't know this, there are memory competitions. Like, there are just straight up, like, international competitions where people get together and try to memorize the most things, which is wild. And one of the big strategies they use is like pathways, where they'll create, and it sounds silly because it's very similar to like Mind Palace, quote unquote, BS, but it's very similar. You create a pathway in your brain. Typically, you find like a path you do daily, so like maybe your commute to and from work, and you attach information along the way, and then you follow that back. And it's a way where you can use physical location or even like mental mapping for information. And one really cool theory people have about Stonehenge actually is that it was used as a ritual way to memorize things. So they would map on information to different parts of this physical ritual they would do with different parts of Stonehenge, which I think is a really cool theory. But also maybe aliens. We're gonna leave that one
Okay.
up in the air.
You know what? I'm so sick of aliens.
I am too in history. Like, don't get me wrong, I do love me a good supernatural alien theory, but can we leave it out of our pyramids and Stonehenge?
Oh my
As
goodness.
people, we worked really hard to make those. People died making those.
I get a little bit. Though, you know what the movie that I watched before I moved to DC, you know what movie I watched with my dad the night before the move?
What?
Independence Day.
Oh no,
The
the
movie where
aliens.
DC was literally destroyed
The
in a light.
aliens.
I'm
Yeah.
prepared. I'm prepared. I have an evacuation plan in place.
Do you now?
Yes, it's called Run as Fast as I Possibly Can to the Potomac River.
My plan is I am very, very closely connected to some preppers. I've secured myself a spot. I'm good. Get yourself some
Um,
preppers. Get it in.
Unfortunately, I am not related to any preppers.
When the world goes to shit, they're gonna need a therapist, and I'm here for that. I'm here to help make sure everyone doesn't go crazy and we all survive.
I might be the one inducing the crazy.
Okay.
There was also like going along with like their one memory thing was like the last thing is like I remember there was a story about this woman, and I believe I said it was the Iliad. It was not the Iliad. It was a 1600 verse poem, possibly by the Bible. It was like Don Juan.
Don
This
Juan
woman who,
Quixote.
no, it was not Don Quixote. It was an actual like epic poem. But it
Uh-huh.
was a woman who was imprisoned in the Gulag
The
in Russia. She was
Gulag.
imprisoned in Russia. And in Russian, she, like, while she was in prison, she had memorized this poem in Russian and from memory translated it.
That's super baller.
Or, not in Russian, but she memorized this poem and, like, from memory
I mean,
translated it.
still baller. Still
It was,
impressed.
like, I I don't necessarily have the time at the moment, but like I want to be able to do that one day.
That would be super cool. I do you do you
Like just
remember
memorize.
do you remember in high school? I'm not gonna name names because that's not how I do things. But do you remember when we had to take a class from that crazy person and one of our assignments was memorizing and reciting a sonnet?
Okay, there's more than one crazy person,
Okay,
female or male.
female.
Yes,
This
yes, I do
girl
actually.
lady. Yeah, yeah. I don't remember that sonnet.
I don't either.
I don't know. It did nothing for me. It did not help me get into grad school. It didn't help me get my higher ed degrees. I don't know why I did it.
I mean, of the things that I remember from that class, I remembered Antigone the most.
Oh,
Like
Antigone.
Antigone really stuck with me, even though I only read it
I
once
have
in
read
sophomore.
that play
I
half a
know
dozen times.
because you happen to take classes,
I took a lot of classes where they were obsessed with Antigone. Like, obsessed.
and I only read it once, but I still remember pretty much all of it because it just really Antigone as a character just really
Oh, she's awesome.
she
I love
she
her.
has a very quiet power.
She does. It's that like feminine rage, but like also like not. You know what I mean?
So not necessarily rage,
Right? Like it's
but
like
she had such it's kind of like how I see it's very similar to my feelings of like Joan of Arc. It's
yeah.
like in other and kind of other figures surrounding
Mhm.
this kind of it's a very feminine quality maybe not a very feminine quality, but I see it like a lot of female historical figures that I
Yeah.
see with this is like
Mhm.
stick with that is like
Mhm.
it's not like necessarily outward rage or even um like barbarian rage monster
Yeah, it's
like
not like that
needs
kind of.
to
It's
needs to fight.
very
It's not that kind of way, but like their way of fighting was to stay true to themselves
right. It's
and
this
their
like
sense of justice, and it
yeah,
was very much you couldn't change who they were as a
integrity.
person.
They had a lot of
Yes,
integrity, and that was their power, and that was always
the
very
power
cool.
was a very and it was a very quiet power,
It
and
wasn't like in your face or
and
violent.
oftentimes that quiet, very quiet power is what I look to more than
hmm
even people who are very like overt
Yeah, yeah. No,
and expressive such things.
it's very
But
admirable, and
yeah,
I respect it a lot. It's very cool. I just
actually,
I
like a lot of I actually recently read a book by Philippa Gregory,
know you talked
and
about this a little bit.
like, yeah, and like typically I don't like books set in the period of like the Tudor era or like War of the Roses,
hmm
but it follows this woman, and very much similar, kind of along the same lines. It's like a lot of times I feel like we focus too much on like what women can't do, especially in history. But like in this book, it just felt like she was obviously stuck in a very like shoot in a situation, but
hmm
she had power about her to be able to like have this inner strength that didn't necessarily mean that didn't necessarily mean like she took up a sword and was like fight for my rights. It was very much more subdued of like
hmm
this quiet power of her doing what she can and following her duty. It's like it was very I'm not being very coherent at the moment, I realize.
No, no, I get you. I get you.
I know you get me.
Yeah, and I think that's all that matters.
Like
If at least
over a
one
death.
other person gets you, you know you're not crazy. And that's
That's true.
important. That's important.
It is funny because like even with my mom sometimes I'll like do or say something that I know you or Sophie will get and then like she doesn't get it and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, no, that's not how that was meant at all."
Yeah, every once in a while it'll happen, and I'll be like, well, okay, wait a minute.
Oh,
Wait a
like
minute.
like if you guys make a typo, I'll like joke based off that typo,
Yeah.
give you a lot of shit for it.
Yeah.
But like you guys know that I'm just ripping off
Oh
whatever
yeah.
type. And I did that one time, and my mom's just like, "Why would you say that?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that was the typo."
I was making fun of you. But in a fun, jovial way,
And I'm
not a
like, "Right."
hurtful way.
I'm like, "Right, this is my mom."
that is that is so true. I you do have to censor the way you joke with different groups of people. Like
You
I
do.
I definitely joke differently with you than I would with like someone else. Or like I wouldn't joke the same way I joke with like my husband that I would with Hannah. You know, like you gotta change the way you converse with people
But
based
it's not necessarily
on their
and
comfort level.
there's a difference in that in like changing you
Yeah.
in each situation. It's more just a social consciousness rather than like you actually changing your
Yeah, like I'm not changing who I
personality.
am. I'm just making sure that the person that I'm spending time with is comfortable. Because you gotta make sure everyone's comfortable. Because if you're not, what's the point? What's the point? Anyway,
I'm just like vehemently against like what I believe in, then I'll say something.
if someone is being hurtful or rude or mean, I am gonna fight them. But otherwise, I'll meet them where they're at. I'm okay with
With
that.
words, let's face it, you're not in any shape to actually fight
I
someone.
have a very metal cane. I could
Yeah,
leave
but you
some
don't
real
have the arm.
bruises.
You actually have to have arm strength
I
and grip.
do. I have been doing upper body weight training. I could hit someone. I could smash a windshield. I promise.
Could you? Could you?
If I needed
Um,
to, I feel like I could get enough adrenaline
could
going
you
to
could you dig your key into the side and
of his
put it
pretty
like
souped
your
up four-wheel ride. I
forehead
would. I would. And you know what? You know what? My
on your
husband
name
has
into
golf
that
clubs.
leather seat?
We have golf clubs on hand. I could. I wouldn't though
So
because
really go slugger to both headlights.
yeah, yeah. Except that I am paying off one of our cars, so I'm not actually. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that to that car.
Well, I would hope that like if someone cheated on me, I fully look to you to fulfill my carry
Oh my
underwear
god!
prophecy.
But you wouldn't even have to ask. I would probably be digging a grave before you even came to me.
Well, if you do, make sure you plant endangered plants on top of it.
Absolutely. I'm probably gonna do it in like a bog or something.
Mm.
Really just kind of let them do something good for once to the environment, you know? Let their last act be
Well,
helpful. This is joking. I'm not actually planning to end someone's life.
I'm curious.
I just want to really put that out there.
Oh my gosh. I one thing I think people don't realize is like pretty much everything you post on the internet can and will be used against
Oh,
you in
absolutely.
if you actually do something. And so like
Yeah.
I'm very conscious of like what I like text people in terms of joking cuz like I'll say I'm joking before I text something really
Yeah,
like
right,
alarming.
right. It's kind of like how, I think about this a lot in streaming. When you say stuff like that, if you don't want to get like content striked by like Twitch and stuff, you have to be like, "Yeah, in game, in game." Like you have to make it clear that you're talking about, because especially like I'm gonna kill this guy in game, in game, in game. It's
There's
just
a lot
really
of things
funny.
in D&D that like talking about it online I'm like fictional.
Fictional
Fictional.
is fake. It's not real. Or you Google something really, really weird, and you have to be like, and also I'm an author. This is for a book, I promise.
You know, you have to like
Don't
intersperse
put me on a
your little
list.
statements with would authors do this
Right, right. All right.
so that you're being or something.
All right. I think we're getting into chatting territory. So,
We are.
I'm done. I've gone through all of like the really relevant notes I had. I do have a
I
lot
mean,
more like very specific notes on the Punic Wars and Carthage, but we can get into that another day.
well, I think when Carthage comes up.
When it becomes relevant, we can touch on some of the history of Carthage and Rome. But
Yeah, this is
um,
really more just us like I feel like only maybe a fifth of this episode is actually us talking about the background of the Aeneid.
it was a lot of just getting our bearings and making jokes.
A fourth, if we're being generous.
Yeah, I think this is somehow becoming a comedy podcast.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
Where where if as long as we're funny to ourselves and each other, that's all that matters.
that is true. As long, I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself, no one will. All right. I laugh at
That's
all
true.
my own jokes, even if they're cringy, because someone has to
Well,
find them funny. And I
So
will.
we are still for next time.
For
We are
next
still on a bit
time.
of an odd schedule
Mm-hmm.
because we both work still.
We do, and I have a lot coming up with the new semester starting in 2 weeks. Ah,
Yeah, and I
ah.
have a lot coming up too that I have to get ready for.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Um, I think the 2 week like in between still works for me. I mean, it was just like this section where I moved across the country
Mm-hmm.
that it was like, oh yeah, we haven't
Yeah.
changed in a while. But I think like 2 weeks is a pretty good like regular schedule for
That's
me.
pretty good. I have my introduction to read, which is about 40 pages, and then book one takes us another 47 pages in my translation.
See, in my translation, I don't have an introduction,
Yeah.
and book two ends on page 61,
Okay.
and book one ends on page 30. So,
Okay.
like,
We can read through book two, I think, then. So
I
we'll discuss
think
book one and book
that
two.
if you want to give like a brief overview of the introduction in your book,
Yeah, I probably will, just because all of the other introductions by Bernard Knox have been very informative and have really provided me with some really nice context. So I probably will have some notes from his introduction that I can mention if I find them relevant and helpful.
yeah, I
But
think this is going to be an interesting, like, interestingly paced book because
yeah,
there's only like, I think there's only 14 books.
yeah, yeah.
Or chapters.
But
Like,
I'm
they're called
yeah,
really chapters.
yeah. But I'm really
12.
excited.
There's only 12 books.
Yeah.
And it's only like, it's only like 400 pages. So we'll probably finish this hopefully in
um.
less than the Odyssey.
Oh yeah. Um.
The
And I'm
Odyssey dragged on,
really
if I'm being
yeah,
honest.
yeah. I'm also really excited because this translation has been translated and an introduction given by the same two people that did the Iliad and the Odyssey. So I'm really excited to see how they are going to connect Virgil to Homer and their takes on the
Yeah.
difference in authorship for the story. I think it could be really
I
helpful to
feel
have a common denominator
Yeah,
to
I think
help.
maybe later on I might get the Aeneid so that it's the same edition as the first two because I feel like you said, like that
Mm-hmm.
that'd be really cool. And I really do enjoy the Robert Fitzgerald translations.
Yep, they are classic for a reason.
They are classic for a reason. Um,
All right.
and this is one of those times where it's like it doesn't really matter, like um so looking because you know how like each translator is looking at a different lens, like they're translating to a different audience.
Yeah.
But in some cases, you also want to stay as true to the source material as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And in this case, the source material is a Roman, is Rome. Like it's a
Right.
Roman author.
Yeah.
So it's like
Huh.
oftentimes when people where am I going with this? Because you know how like sometimes newer translations is like, oh, it was done by a woman, so there's obviously it's gonna be a little different.
Yeah.
In my view, I'm like, that doesn't actually sell it to me because this was written by a man
Yeah.
in a time when only men ruled and women were
Yeah.
little more than property. So
Yeah.
like that doesn't actually like mean that much to me in a
Mm-hmm.
translation of Virgil.
Yeah. That
I'm
makes
sure it's
sense.
interesting. I'm sure it's very good. And I'm sure it's really cool to look at different translations and see what how people translate things differently.
Yeah.
Because it is different, and you do glean different meaning depending on which translation you're reading.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah.
just because something is written by like a woman is like that doesn't actually mean I'm gonna be.
Yeah. I
That
do
much
think it's
better.
interesting though to be able to like get a new perspective that we haven't really had in a long time. So,
But like
yeah.
it's a perspective that's like it is different.
Yeah,
But
and
like also,
yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. I'll read it and I'll let you know because I've been meaning to pick up a copy of the Iliad and the Odyssey. Um, there's a new translation that has just
One
hit,
time, okay, this is
and I'm
one thing.
excited.
This is I something did put me. I was like, why am I so put off by new translations? I remember I was trying to look for a copy of Beowulf, and I
um,
found this copy of Beowulf that was like
mm-hmm.
a new translation, but it was like translated into modern English, like
Ooh,
2010s, like late 2010s.
ooh.
And I read the first stanza and it was like, yo. And I'm just like, no,
And you're like, I'm out.
I'm
Don't
out.
you yo
This is
me.
this is terrible. Why would you butcher this masterpiece of work?
Oh, that's rough. That is rough.
That's like
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm like I'm so it's such a dumb experience too. Like most of the
Mm.
time that doesn't happen, but for whatever reason, it's stuck with me, and I am extremely skeptical of new translations.
No, that's entirely reasonable. That's
It is entirely
rough.
reasonable to have a bias based off one small experience.
Hey, you know what? That's how the human experience works. Okay, let me go
But
back.
yeah,
Let me. Okay.
okay. We can probably end this.
Yep, we are good. So we are reading. If you have an introduction or forward, read that, and then we're going to read book 1 and 2 of the
I'm
Aeneid.
actually really interested in your introduction.
I am
So
too. All right. Well
you have to
then,
read more.
we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Happy reading.
Bye.
Bye.